Hey guys, I went ahead and put together this little spreadsheet for Revenge of the King. It's going to be like a little overview for like the enemy lineup, the mods that each character had, the squad that I took and why I chose to take them, the total amount of Energon that I spent, as well as the best team I think that would best be able to clear Revenge of the King with the least amount of Energon. So yeah, let's get started. Up first was Primal with the 300% melee damage mod. He wasn't too difficult. G1 Megatron definitely was able to take him down extremely well, and he's definitely the best tactician I would say to use against Primal, just because once you fuse some debuffs you can not permanently, but you can steal that melee damage buff. And you know, I was doing like 10 to 20k crits on like specials, which is absolutely insane. And I think that was like my shortest fight in the entire 12 bots that I went up against. So I think Megatron's definitely the way to go against Primal. Ultra Magnus could work, it would just take a little bit longer. I know he's super tanky as well, so he might be an okay choice. Starscream as well would be good. I know once he's duped, his null ray I'm pretty sure can remove Primal's crit armor buffs, but I don't know, I just feel like Starscream in general doesn't do too much damage except for his range attacks whenever they nullify something. So I don't know, I just feel like G1 Megatron's definitely your go-to guy against Primal. And then up next was Dinobot with 150% armor pierce. This guy wasn't too bad, just don't get hit by him and you should be fine. I was able to one-shot him I think with Prime, so he wasn't too difficult. Up next, we had Ramjet, 300% special damage. This guy was doing some I think I was able to block like a special 1 or like a special 2, and it did a lot of damage. You just have to be extremely careful against this guy. Think of him a little bit like Mixmaster from Rulers of Kaon, and yeah, just avoid his specials at all costs. He's very easy to dodge, like all of his specials. They're very easily like telegraphed, and you can easily just sidestep them, so this guy shouldn't be too big of an issue. I was able to clear him, I think, as well, without dying, so that was pretty good. Up next was Shockwave, and he had a 300% range damage and speed mod. The thing that gets to me the most, and I feel like that it's like my kryptonite, are these mods that have increased range damage and speed, because no matter how fast you swipe, you're still going to end up getting hit every now and then, which is unfortunate, but that's just the way it is sometimes. And against Shockwave, I was using Prime, and then I ended up dying a couple times, so I just switched over to Windblade, and she did pretty good against them. I did have to revive her like 2 or 3 times or 4 times, I don't remember. But yeah, he ate up a little bit of he ate up some Energon, so that was kind of bad on my part. But yeah, Prowl was the next one up with a power charge. I'm sure you guys have already gone up against it. After you hit the opponent for like 8 times, if they hit you within like whenever the buff activates, they gain like a huge boost of power, which could work against you, so just be careful on that. Try not to get hit at all. Prowl special 2 hurts a lot, and I think I had to revive like twice against Prowl. It wasn't too bad. I of course wasn't able to record that fight. I forgot to hit record, so apologize for that, guys. And yeah, Prime was able to deal with him pretty well. G1 Megatron, Psycho Resist, 200% damage reduction. I feel like this one was honestly like the easiest fight out of all of them. Just stay away from Megatron whenever he has his specials up. Always be cautious of that. Whenever he gains full charge on his heavies, be careful on that as well, and you should be fine. But Prime, apply the armor break, get crits, and he just dies really, really quickly. Up next was Kickback, and this guy was pretty annoying. At the beginning of the fight, I used Prime against Kickback as well, and his power wipe every 30 seconds. I was trying to get as quickly as I could up to like a special 3 and be able to use it, but nope. Even if you let him hit you, he's gonna land some crits and eventually, apply those power leaks on you, so you'll never be able to get a special 3. Maybe you might, who knows. I didn't try too hard. I just ended up using a bunch of special 2s, and that was enough to take down Kickback, but pretty annoying character, definitely annoying to go up against. And up to this point, things were going well. And then we hit a wall against Waspinator. I spent probably like an hour going up against him. That 1000% range damage and speed mod every 7.5 seconds for 15 seconds. Or, sorry, for 7.5 seconds every 15 seconds. It's definitely a killer. Hit a one-shot majority of characters, except for those that can sustain or have shields. And we'll go over that in a little bit. But honestly, in that video, that fail video, I have no idea why I chose to go to revive Prime. Did I revive Prime? I don't remember, but I used Prime against Waspinator. I died just by blocking his special one while he had the mod up. And yeah, that thing, one special, one heavy, a couple of range shots, and you're basically dead. So yeah, eventually I got super lucky with, what was I using? I was using Windblade, yeah. I brought him down to, I think, like 3%, and he killed me, and then I revived my Windblade, and this was the kicker. The first time I was so mad just because I took him down, he revived, and then I brought him down. I was so close. I brought him down like 2% health, and then he killed me with a heavy. I was so upset. I was like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to beat this guy. And I think at that point I was already like a little, like close to 2,000 Energon in, maybe a little bit more. And then I was actually gonna go to bed, and then I was like, you know what, let me try one more. And I was able to do it, which was surprising. I was like a huge weight off my shoulders. I'm like, all right, the next couple fights shouldn't be too bad. So yeah, let's keep going on. But yeah, Waspinator, definitely the biggest pain in the butt out of all these guys. Him and Blaster though, two of the worst ones yet. Up next we have Rhinox. His mod on his heavies, he stuns, power locks, or armor breaks. This guy wasn't too bad. I tried using Grimlock against him, which was a total failure just because Grimlock still takes damage, and you know, from debuffs for like a few seconds, so he's still ticking on damage, and then he's gaining these attack mods, and Rhinox has these shields, so every time I go in to attack him while I have like attack buffs up, I'm getting shocked, and you know, my health just keeps decreasing. So I ended up using, what do you call it, Prime, surprisingly, against Rhinox. I think I only revived like 3 times against them. I was timing my heavies, making sure not to attack them when I had my buffs up, and you know, getting the repair from Ratchet was really good. That one was a pretty slow fight, but regardless, it wasn't too bad. Up next, Windblade, 100% debuff duration. This one was pretty easy. I was able to one-shot her. The only thing that sucked was I think I was at like 70% health, and she hit me once with a medium attack, and that landed a crit and a bleed on me, and I kid you not, I lost probably like 60-something% of my health. I was down to like maybe like 9% health from like 70-something. It was ridiculous. Her bleed does so much damage. If she even gets like 2 or 3 bleeds on you, you're basically done for. But other than that, she wasn't too bad. Blaster, this guy, 300% range, damage, and speed. I know it seems easy to dodge Blaster's special 2, but it's when he doesn't have the mod that it's super easy. This guy, I was dodging it, his special 2, right when it would come up. I would swipe down and just keep swiping down, but that thing would still catch up to me, and I have no idea why. I guess it just like tracks you, kind of like how, what's his name, Hound's special 2, whenever he pulls out the minigun and he just starts going ham. Kind of like that, where it like tracks your character. So it was super difficult to, you know, find a good counter for this guy. Windblade did pretty good. I was able, whenever he did a special 1, he would gain that power gain buff. So Windblade special 1 was able to, what is it called? It's able to, God, what is it called? God, I don't know. I had a brain fart right now. Jeez, I'm trying to remember. Can't remember. Basically, it just removes his power gain and instantly deals damage. Forget what it's called. Someone remind me, please. And yeah, that was basically it. Kept getting one shot by the little man in his chest. Rewind. That wasn't fun at all. He would come out of nowhere. It was so quick. You just had to be basically against Blaster. Just always be super cautious. Always dodge. And just always be on your toes, basically. But yeah, he took a good chunk of Energon as well. Close to like 1,000 Energon just to beat. Grimlock, he was actually super easy. That life transfer, you would think it would do a lot, but Optimus is able to destroy him completely, so that one wasn't too bad. Whenever you hit him, you'll repair 20% of the damage that you deal, but you'll passively be losing some health, which isn't too bad. It isn't a lot, and especially if you pop some buffs, or not buffs, some boosts during these fights, you should do pretty well. I know I was popping a couple of boosts for a couple fights, so yeah, it turned out pretty good against Grimlock. So yeah, overall, that's the lineup, guys, to go up against in Revenge of the King, and those are their mods, which some of these guys are bigger pain than others, but yeah. As far as my lineup goes, I of course use Optimus Prime. He helped me. He was able to clear like 80 to 90% of the stages, which pretty much expected from the Optimus Ratchet synergy. That heal synergy is honestly amazing. Ratchet, he was only there for the heal synergy. I didn't use him once. I think I used him against Waspinator just once, just so he died, and that was it. And yeah, I mean, Ratchet was only there for the heal synergy. Windblade, I used her, of course, against Shockwave, Waspinator, and Blaster. She did pretty good against those characters. Grimlock was a complete failure. I only brought him along just for him to go up against Rhinox. I have no idea why it didn't occur to me that, you know, he's still going to be ticking. He's still going to be taking damage from debuffs, so it might not be a good idea to take him. The only positive thing from him was his 8% synergy to Optimus Prime, which was alright, I guess. I didn't notice too big of a difference. And finally, G1 Megatron. He was, you know, best bet at taking down Primal, and of course he still gives, I forgot to add it, but he still gives Optimus that plus 8% damage, so they help out each other in that way. So yeah, that was the lineup, the squad I decided to take. I think I should have probably taken Motormaster just to give Optimus a little bit more attack instead of Grimlock, but oh well, maybe next time whenever we decide to go through it again. I'm just kidding, guys. We're never going through this. Or maybe, you know, once we beef up our characters, get some 5 stars, we'll go through it again, and hopefully we don't spend too much time on Waspinator and Blaster. But anyways, the total Energon that I took, or that I spent, was around 3,500 to 4,000, which is actually a lot. I really wasn't expecting to spend this much. I know some players have spent less, some have spent a whole lot more, which is crazy, but yeah, this stage definitely isn't, you know, meant to be a breeze. It's definitely meant to be difficult. So yeah, just keep that in mind, guys. Some Energon will be spent. And finally, oops, what did I do here? Okay, here we go. This is my recommended lineup for anyone that's attempting or preparing to attempt it soon. This is the lineup I would highly recommend you guys take. Of course, Optimus and Ratchet for the heal synergy, as well as Optimus is able to clear the majority of the stages just by himself alone. And up next, Rhinox or Mirage. These guys would be the Wasp killers just because of their shields. Rhinox, I know he can take a lot of damage as long as he has one shield up or any amount of shields. For example, against Waspinator will never do like a crazy 20k damage on a single hit. As long as Rhinox has a shield up, he's still going to cap the damage on, you know, the opponent's hits. So that's super amazing. If I should have remembered Rhinox. I don't know why I didn't. I would have definitely taken Rhinox. I feel like he would have been able to take down Waspinator with, I know, I'm pretty sure he would have died still a couple times, but Rhinox would have been probably the best choice against Waspinator. Mirage as well, but I'm not too sure how his shields work. I honestly don't play too much with Mirage, so I'm not too knowledgeable on him, but I'm pretty sure the attack debuffs from Mirage would be really good, as well as, you know, gaining some attack of his own with the special 3, applying some power drain, right? I feel like those two characters would be good. Definitely Rhinox though, especially because Deep Wounds helps him out quite a bit. G1 Megatron, same reason, against Primal, best bet against him, plus he gives Optimus, and Optimus gives him plus 8% attack, so that, you know, helps both of them out. And then finally, for Shockwave / Blaster, I would highly recommend either Windblade, Prowl, or Kickback. Windblade's bleeds, they're no joke. They definitely melt a lot of these characters extremely quickly. Prowl, that, you know, power control on a special one would definitely help against, I don't know if too well, or if it makes too big of a difference against Shockwave, just because Shockwave's range attacks come super fast. But he'd definitely be an extremely good pick against Blaster. Kickback, he'd be good against both of these guys. He can purify the shocks on Shockwave, same against Blaster, and even, you know, steal Blaster's power gain. The only downside to Kickback, though, is of course he doesn't do as much damage as Windblade or Prowl. He's still a really good pick, and he can heal on his special 3, but, you know, in these fights, you're just trying to do as much damage as you can, you know, in that one life that you have, because these guys can take you down pretty quickly. But yeah, that's definitely my overview, guys, for Revenge of the King. Hope you guys, you know, enjoy it. Look through it if you guys are going to be attempting it soon. Let me know your thoughts on, you know, the best lineup to take. You know, I came up with this after much consideration, and also I noticed there's no warriors in Revenge of the King. You don't go up against a single warrior. I was actually super worried that there was going to be like another Bone Crusher in there. I was like, oh man, if there's a Bone Crusher, I'm totally screwed, and I think that's probably the reason why I ranked up Grimlock to rank 5, but overall it wasn't too bad not having warriors in there. But yeah, guys, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let me know what you guys thought of this. I'll post a link to share this Google Sheet in the description. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and see y'all next time. Bye.